consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards. First down.
On first down, Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Now a handoff for Lindsay. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Oh, you got deep? Hey, watch that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they want this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Fournette, a first down carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The throw there by Brady, intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, now Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So it's challenge time. The referee's tablet coming out, and the big question, Charles, did that football break the plane to the goal line?
They just need any part of the ball to cross the goal line in order for it to count. Remember, it's got to be indisputable, though. Sometimes we think it's going to be there. We can't really find it on the tablet. So we'll see what the final call is going to be.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Panthers nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. They'll find Lindsey here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was brought down by Shaq.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for Moore. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Here's a give to Fournette. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And 4.
On third down, Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Michael Palardy now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And look at this, it's a fake, and he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A toss running left, Fournette. Room here to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Panthers' 22-yard line.
Second and 11. On the delay, Jones. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
At the 16-yard
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a play fake. Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
O.J. Howard.
O.J. Howard with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. It looked like they have more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Being chased outlet. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the play.
Here's Michael Palardy now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A gain of a
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
2nd and 9 now. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll come out in the pistol. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Throwing again. Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A handoff to Fournette, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Shoot! Watch the shoot! 53 now!
Shotgun now for Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 8 yards to go.
third down. Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Ronald Jones unable to get to that amount. Imaginary yellow line, and the Panthers will get the football back. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Check back 45. Check back 45. I know he ain't got it.
2nd and 11. And he slings one that's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Under 60. Trap 60. 45 to
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Safety screaming. 45. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, get in the way. 45.
He'll try and throw for it here. He's going to look deep for more. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Rosas now to add the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Buccaneers 19, Panthers 14. Albert Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Check 15. Check 15.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now Leonard Fournette. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 6. And a Buccaneer first down.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Lindsey, the ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
Two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to bury him back at the 11-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2 and try and make it a field goal difference. difference.
But now just up one makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Successive penalties have him looking now at a 1st and 20. Now Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 23-yard line.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, it's Jones, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up. Gronkowski's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. We know it all too well. You give Tom Brady time on the clock in the 4th quarter, you're playing with fire. We just saw it.
Yeah, and when you talk about playing with fire, it's really more like a raging inferno when it's Tom Brady, isn't it? And you almost expect it. Actually, you know he's going to come downfield and score against you. But here's the thing. Can you match Tom Brady now? Because there's still time on the clock for a chance to come back at it.
Yeah. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
22.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Their own 33-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Oh, design run for their wideout. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. It's too hot to...
To throw is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important fourth-quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Lindsey. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's a loss of 3. Brings up 2nd and 13 at the Buccaneers' 48-yard line.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, The end result can be something you don't like.
On second down, it's Jones. And some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
The 39-yard line. A gain of 12.
Brady going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Jeremy Chin on the coverage.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun is Jones. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Buccaneers 25.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight. And they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Bucs, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots.
T-Bag got me.
Hit one and be so you got it from Missouri.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. But the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. Nah, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. Say what you gon' do with it. Stop playing with it. If you gon'
today. From the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
T.J. Yeldon, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Panthers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Phillip Lindsay on the carry.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 21. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by D.J. Moore. D.J. Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Latavius Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
23 yards, the final tally.
That's another save.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Hey, get in there and get what you want, G. Get in there and get what you want.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Jordan Jenkins on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level. And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They're going to run it with Murray. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Isaiah Coulter.
7-7, our score after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Carolina.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Freeman, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Panthers.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the 1st. It's a gain of 12.
A gain of 12.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This will be caught inside the 10.
The pass on 1st
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
14.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. That is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here comes Lindsey, toss right. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Carolina.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He gets this to Coulter complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
First down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We know that the rookie's going to go to a top target like that often. That time, though, maybe a little telegraphed.
And that's not unusual because you do tend to lock in on one of your better players. And when under duress, when in doubt, you're going to throw the ball in his direction because oftentimes you could be wrong, but that receiver will make you right. But it won't happen every time. Good defenders know this, and they get attracted to the football.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. A handoff. It's Murray. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. Here's Thomas Morstead now. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play ball. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jacob Hollister, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll have a first down past the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 40-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now they'll throw here. Out of the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Aldrick Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
A shotgun handoff down to Yeldon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
2nd and 5. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards on the play.
At the 30-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brings up 2nd.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like the way I said that.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Complete to Josh Hill.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints get a bit closer. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It leads to
so after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to scramble almost got him the first, just short 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
Man, I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now this one was running back out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The pass on 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got it with the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Yetur Gross-Matos. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Flushed out right. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Roses to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll set up a throw. They had to go through with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to win the football game. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Let's go, let's go.
DJ Moore there to make the grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Aldrick Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Carolina, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles.
I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers on the bread and butter. What we ate for dinner, so